Okay, now to talk about our roof design. But as you see, when I had to do the elevations, I had to go ahead and do the roof with the roof pitch and everything else here. But of course, once I do the side elevation, right here, you see I come up with a problem. And the top of the roof, again, using the same pitch, the top of the roof does not come up as high. The reason is because this dimension going across from west to east is longer than this dimension going from north to south. Okay, so that's why the height come out different. What I'm gonna do, and this is a better fix than the one I originally started working on, and you'll see what I mean as we go through the of actually setting the roof up. But let's do this first. Okay, now the idea behind a hip roof, which is what this is going to be, it's going to be a hip roof, is that we maintain 45-degree angles at all possible areas, and that is with our ridges and our valleys. And let me show you. Let's go online here real quick and look at some hip roofs so you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so hip roofs, they slope all the way around, slope at most all sides. Sometimes they may have a gable combined in with it. But you see here how all these different angles and everything, and that's a very general hip roof. This is what ours is going to come out to look like, more like this one. Some of them get pretty complicated. Some of them, you'll have different pitch and different heights and everything else involved. And I was going for something like that on my roof, but then I decided for this exercise, for this project, it's probably better just to keep it on the simple side for now and not go through the complexity of trying to explain some of these more complicated hip roofs like this one. If I can get a bigger picture of that. Maybe not. Okay, there's a little bit bigger picture. But as you can see, very complicated with its offsets and everything else. And so I figured for this lesson, just learning how to design a house from the as a beginner, and especially with roofs, that I would just keep it simple. So what I'm going to do, we're going to actually establish a new roof height, which is going to be right here. But I'll show you how we're going to do that here in just a second. So first off, what I want to do, and I did create a new layer. I created a roof plan for my plan view roof. I'm going to set it on that layer for roof plan. And I'm going to do some offsets. Remember, we have a 1 foot offset, or 1 foot overhang to our house. So we're going to offset these lines 1 foot. And I'm not going to offset this one right now. I'll show you why. And what I really just need to do is offset a couple of them. I don't need to offset everything. Okay, mainly the corners, or the segments that are near the corners. And then I'm going to fill it. And fill everything in. Okay, and one more. Thought I did this one already. Okay, now I'm going to select all of that and put those on my roof plan layer. And so choose make a new layer, choose a color that's really different from everything else, and right there. And there you can see why I did that, but I also changed the line style out to a dash line the same way we did these lines. I just chose a dashed line instead, not a dash, short dash, long dash, short dash. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we go about laying out those 45-degree angles, and it's real easy in this one because this is a very simple roof. So 45-degree angle, and I've got my I've got everything locked in right here on restrict cursor to specified angles, and got that set for 45 right here, 45, 90, 135. Now I'm going to draw another 45 degree, and I'm going longer than the lines just to keep from snapping on to unwanted geometry. Okay, and I am going to, this is what turning on and off layers will do for you, and the benefits you get from doing this. So I'm going to freeze this layer. Okay, let's just turn off. Here's another way to do this, but all right. So I'm just going to go down the row here, just turn everything off except for that roof layer. You don't have to do that. It can be helpful. Okay, so now all I see is my roof. And as you see, I've got some extra lines, which that's really easy to take care of. So I'm going to trim here, trim there, there, and then delete this one. Okay. Computer's giving me some problems. And then we need to join this. So there we have a hip roof. Now that's where the size difference comes in. I'm going to turn everything back on now that I've got that trimmed out. Just go ahead and click on everything except for my copy layer. I'm going to turn the copy layer off, and I'll probably explain that to you later. Okay, so now we have a roof on our house. This is actually going to be the true height of the roof, this one right here. So I'm going to measure that height, 14.5 and 15/16. Just draw a line at 14 feet 5 dash 15/16 inches. Okay, so this is what I need to do here is I just need to crop my roof at that location, or at that height. And we can get rid of these. Go to the regular roof layer and join. Okay, so that's what our roof will look like from the front. And we will have a new roof layer at 14.5 and 15/16. Okay, so that's how you do that. And over here, it's okay to have a little extra overhang on your roof. It's better to do that than to start getting extremely complicated with your hip roof design. So, you know, that's the way we're going to take that. This might end up being like a little covered patio or something over in this area. Okay, so that's how you do your roof, or how you fix one anyway.